How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of AddiBiotics, Chat Over Coffee. This week we're at Chilwell Blades Fencing Club. Now, this sport dates back centuries, but today we're meeting the school's top instructor, Maitre Malcolm Cawton, who's generously asked us to come over here and film an episode. We're going to learn how the Maitre got into fencing and how the sport actually helps you in life as well. This is his induction to the biotic universe. First off, I want to say thank you very much for taking the time out for joining us, Maitre.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So, how long has this fencing club been operating?
Fencing club started in 1974. I started it myself. I was a young, relatively young fencer then, and I wanted a second night of fencing. I fenced somewhere else, and this place had just been built, and I heard that they'd got fencing equipment here. So I came down and said, "Can I run a course?" They said yes, so I did, and the rest is history. It's built up from there.
Fantastic. And when was the sport fencing first discovered?
Well, we can go back to when people first poked each other with a pointed stick, I suppose, which midst of time. But I think there's some ancient Egyptian tombs which show people actually with sort of swords competing with each other. So I guess it goes back centuries. But our modern fencing, I would say, is just a few hundred years, really.
So how did you get inspired into fencing?
I was relatively late starter. I started at 24, which is fine. But if you wanted to be someone that's going to reach the top at an early age, you need to be in as a child or a very young teenager. But I used to go to a night school class to do surveying, which I thought was going to help me with my job. And I went with a friend. We went as far as we could with that subject, but we enjoyed the night out. So we looked through the college prospectus to see what else we could do. And fencing, that sounds good. And I remembered my dad talking about fencing because he'd been a PT instructor in the army and he'd done a bit of fencing. So we just picked that out of the book, and I just loved it right from day one. I thought, this is for me, and never stopped.
Fantastic. And how many titles have you won?
I really only started winning titles as I got older. As I say, I started a bit too late to be, and didn't have enough time to fence too much in my early days with a wife and family and kids and stuff like that. So it wasn't until I became a veteran that I managed to start winning titles. And I've won 2 world titles. I've been second in Europe. I've had a Commonwealth gold for my age group, and one or two other bits and bobs,
So a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a few team ones as well.
Fantastic. And what tournaments has this club competed in?
Well, over the years, pretty well everything. We used to, locally, the competitions aren't so strong, but there used to be team competitions at county level, section level, which we've won with the ladies' teams and men's teams over the years. There's not many of those going on at the moment, but individuals go in fencing competitions throughout the year. And we've had some good results with juniors, and we're getting good results with seniors now.
Fantastic. And when are classes held here, and what offers do you have for people?
We fence on a Wednesday night, and 3 times a year usually we run a beginners class, which is open to anybody from the age of 8 upwards. We encourage, if there's children going to come along at that age, that their parents come and fence as well. We have a lot of late starters, and although they're not going to start winning medals at competitions, they have great fun, they get fit, and we like to think we're sort of a family atmosphere here. Everyone gets on and talks to each other, and we do a few social events as well. So Wednesday night, 7 o'clock usually the beginners class starts. If people look on our website, they'll see when to enrol for a course, and then we encourage them to stay as members of the club, and we'll push them on further with individual lessons and stuff like that.
Fantastic. And one last question, what is the main discipline to learn from the sport of fencing?
There's quite a few things, like self-control, because you must be in control of yourself all the time while you're fencing. I'm sure you've got a dangerous weapon in your hand. You don't want to hit anybody too hard, but you want to make sure your hits are in there good and hard. You have to think very clearly, think quickly. It's very, very good for your cardiovascular stuff, because it's short bursts of high intensity. So that's good for you. It's good for your legs. Keeps you going.
That's what we were feeling while we were training as well.
So again, I want to say thank you very much to Maitre Cawton for taking the time out.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
It was so much fun competing.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
We had a blast, and as you say, it was a short burst of energy, and it's great for the cardiovascular. I've never had a workout like this before. Looks easy, but trust me, it's not everybody. But I just want to say, if you do live around here, come and check this place out. It's absolutely fantastic. You meet a group of nice people all along the way, and you'll learn this for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
And it's something you'll always enjoy and encourage other people to come back and do as well. Yeah. So until next time,
stay biotic.